It is the Friday Teams press conference ahead of the Bahrain Grand Prix round 3 of the Season 4 Championship. We have 5 team bosses at present. We have James Willows, team boss of East Midlands Racing, Yuri Marta, team boss of Suwemi Grand Prix, Will Neller, team boss of AMP Racing, Oliver Glazebrook, team boss of Etihad Racing, and Robert Ionescu, team boss of Eldorado Racing. So I'll start off with Oliver. So Oliver, it's not been the start that your team has been hoping for, especially in Brazil when you had the victory in the grasp and then with 3 laps left, all hell broke loose.
Yeah, it's been disappointing, of course. It's not been a case of we've just been poor. I'm going to be a bit harsh and do a comparison here. It's not like a similar thing with AMP where they've just got no pace and it's just poor. It's not looking good. We've got the pace. We've been top of both qualifying sessions. We've pretty much had the race pace and had the quickest car. I think we had fastest laps at both races. We had the race pace. It's just been misfortune, and it's so early on to say that Martini are going to win the championship or whatever. So I don't think anyone realistically believes that's going to be the case, because Bud Light Lime were leading the championship after Brazil, and Red Bull Audi were leading, I think, in season 2 the constructors championship at this stage. We've never been good starters. It's never been the case, but Bahrain is a track that suits us, so we should realistically be looking to, I'm not going to say 1-2, but get points. I think it's now a case of just clawing back the points in the championship. They're going to have misfortune. As you know, that Ferrari engine is notoriously unreliable at times, especially when it's at high revs. It can cause itself some issues, and mechanically they might have issues as well. It's all the swings and roundabouts, as we said. It is misfortunate. We deserve the win. We didn't get the win. We'll move on.
I was going to say as well, because obviously this is a track that Fernando won at last season, and I guess if redemption exists, then it should come here. Would you think?
Yeah, we just need to make sure we get the strategy right. We did for Fernando pretty much. He was absolutely dominant. We just got to make sure that we get our strategies right. The high speed, and also as well, I think the length of the lap. The longer the lap, the larger the gap will more likely be. So the gap from front to back will probably be a sizable one, and I think we can there's plenty of time to be gained throughout the track. I do think that this track will suit the BMW and Mercedes, because Mercedes have got a good, powerful engine from what I've seen as well. They're quite strong down the straights, whereas I think this could be a real stinker for Audi, who rely quite heavily on cornering speed. So sorry, Will, but It might be a real drag for you today, over the weekend.
Okay, I'm now going to move on to Robert. So, Robert, after what had been a dreadful Australia for you at 11th and 13th, it seemed that the team had finally turned around its misfortune, and Perez looking very strong in the end.
Yeah, the qualifying first went pretty good, and then in the race, Perez had exceptional pace and was able to grab P2. The fact he was very close to Verstappen and could have overtaken him shows that we really did the job right in Brazil. And if his tires didn't go off, then he probably would have passed him right at the end of the race. Nonetheless, we've definitely progressed, and that's what we wanted.
Well, usually Brazil is usually a track that favours your car anyway. It has done in the past. On top of that as well, Bottas, on the other hand, he's having quite a miserable season, it must be said. The first race he was obviously 13th, and then when it looked like he could have given Eldorado a double points finish, he seemed to have crashed in the pit lane. Was that just down to driver error, or did he have a problem in the car?
We believe it's been some sort of problem. We haven't been able to fully identify it yet, however. But yeah, Valtteri so far this season has just been unlucky. He should have gotten more out of when he could. For example, he was P5 in Australia when he spun, but that's just how it is.
I'm now going to move on then to obviously the team, this is the first time, of course, for you in season 4 of a press conference. We know you're not going to be here often because of other commitments.
It's only been 2.
Well, yeah, I know, but still.
Yeah, we'll gloss over that.
Yeah, but as I was going to say, you said coming into this season, this is so far a make-or-break season for your team, whether you will be here or not. And so far, it hasn't been a good start for the team, although saying that, in Brazil, Stoffel pretty much put on a good performance with all the trouble that was happening in front.
Yeah, I mean, my experience of this current engine, it's been the first time I've experienced it, and it's very, very similar to the first time I experienced chlamydia. It's an experience I
Wow.
really
Have you
don't
actually
want to.
experienced that?
No, of course I haven't. It's
God.
an experience I don't really want to repeat, and I don't want to feel again.
I'll be honest with you, Joe. I feel like we should get some masks on, and I feel like we should all be supplied masks, especially
You
like
can't
screen or
catch
something.
chlamydia through the air. That's not how it works.
You can't be too safe in these situations. I'll just, by the way, I've opened a refreshing can of Pepsi Max, official sponsor of IFMC.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, I think we have again fallen well behind in terms of our expectations. We did say that this is a make or break year, and a make or break year it is.
And he'd still be here next season.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, we did say if Cameron Anderson wins a race, we did say that we would pull out, and I think if we don't start pulling our weight, and the chlamydia comes back, exactly, if that happens, then I think we're well and truly in trouble, and we really will have to assess our situation at the end of the season. But points last weekend, it was a real boost, but it's got to happen more often, and it's got to be more points scored.
As for Pascal and Iran, it's a kind of a similar situation with Valtteri. He's had quite a miserable season, it must be said. No points so far, and even the last race, a retirement from him.
Yeah, but he did crash into a car that had spun off onto the circuit.
We've only had 2 races. Not really.
It wasn't exactly an accident that he either A, couldn't have avoided, and B, was his fault. I think this is a main thing. I think the accident itself was caused by a car that span off the racing line onto it, and then a car that had no space, a gap that was decreasing at every opportunity, and it had to eventually come down to the collision. I think, we can't blame him for it. We have to look at ourselves and think, right, that was something we could have avoided, but it happens, and we've got to recoup ourselves for the third round.
I'm now going to move on then to James. So, James, obviously Brazil was a nightmare for your team with mechanical problems, and even to the point where Vettel could have even had a podium.
Well, if Vettel stayed on the road, he would have won the race. But then if Alonso stayed on the road, he would have
won the race. My nan had bollocks, she'd be my granddad. It's all a matter of ifs, man. It's all a matter of ifs.
Let's ask Caitlyn Jenner for a live update.
Oh, Christ. Continue, Hammer.
Yep.
I might have just ended his career there.
Yeah, he might have done.
He's just gone and hung himself.
So, you claim that... so, what he was trying to say is that because of Alonso's issues, if he had stayed on the track, he would have won the race because of that lock.
But he did.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And we all know it.
But, obviously, going into this weekend, Oliver has said that apparently the Mercedes engine teams will probably do well around this track. Is that giving you confidence going into the weekend?
My word is gospel. Will you fucked?
Oh, cheers, mate. Thank you. You single-handedly fucked me over. Cheers.
Good prediction. Ocon will crash into something. He likes that.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't really give me confidence because we have to wait until the race. Not by someone saying we're going to do well. But anything can happen. Just like Etihad's breaking down with 2 laps to go, that happened. Yeah. Karen being the jammiest little shit in the world and winning that fucking race. But yeah.
We'd like to apologise about the swearing that this young child has done.
Can I just say...
We apologise too. It's not like anyone watches.
Why does he have to win races?
Did you hear that? It's not like anyone to watch.
I can't do it. That's savage.
That is
low key. Yeah, how many of them are us? That's what I want to ask.
Joe's just handing out a floppy disk to everyone up his high street.
Anyway, let's get back to the subject matter.
Moving on then to Yuri. So, Yuri, Brazil was a weekend where your drivers were in the wars. Kimi obviously retiring and then crashing into the wall and then spearing into the path of Pascal, and then Kevin Magnussen causing an avoidable collision with Charles. It was a pretty nightmare race to the point where both of them have got qualifying bans.
Yeah.
Very true. I would say, yeah, we lost a certain podium, but double qualifying ban also. Very bad. What? I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but
Good start.
Oh,
one
it's
word is
amazing.
enough. Horrible.
Cult hero. He's an absolute hero. Oh, quality.
So it has shown though that despite this this double qualifying ban, would you say that the team has improved from pre-season testing, considering that the team were basically nowhere during that, and it seems that the team, like Eldorado in Brazil, have come on from leaps and bounds?
Yes.
You know it's not a good thing when the question has more syllables in it than the answer.
If you want to go, well, if you want to go and get some water,
How am I meant to quote that and put that in the GP4 rumours? Just Yuri Marta. Yes.
Get the full get the full question and then just put his response down the bottom.
Just put a GIF. Yes. Yuri Marta's not.
Oh, I love these things. Why do I have to be at work every week?
Oh no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway, with a Kimi Raikkonen style, yes. Let's move on to some questions, and the question is to all of you, of course. Obviously, this was 2 weeks ago now, because we didn't have a press conference last week. You can shoot me if you want.
Yeah, we were.
What gun?
Basically, the news came out that Monster Grand Prix would be put up for sale as a result, and several people have come up and put applicants in to take over the team. What's your opinion on Waze selling the team as a whole? Do you think it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do?
Yeah, good thing.
I'll go for it.
Oh, Jay said he'd go first for once. That's a cheat.
Jesus Christ, are you feeling alright?
It's his decision, of course. Don't really affect me, but I want his GP3 team.
Oh, for God's sake. No wonder it wanted it happening. Bastard. You can have mine, I'll swap if you want.
I'm guessing Yuri's response is going to be, I don't care.
I'm going to guess it's just yes. Yes.
Well, that's what mine is.
Yes.
Well, it's expected, so.
Oliver?
He never got involved with our big social events, did he? He wasn't, we're all partying in the Corona tent, and he's just, doing fuck all. So, if it brings new blood, it brings new blood. We all like a bit of fresh blood, especially Will. Someone he can beat.
Oh, I love a little bit of fresh blood, mate.
Hang on, how are we going to party in the Corona camp if we're in Bahrain?
I have illegally stashed some heroin, cocaine, and some Corona Light.
Robert?
Well,
I'm all round.
We should just bring a new team instead.
Joe just halfway through the live stream with the cocaine. Hello everyone, and welcome!
So,
where were we?
So we were at the subject of Monster.
well, go on, Robert. You're up, mate.
He said we should probably have a different team in. Well, what's your opinion?
My opinion is it's not unexpected. I just wish the selfish bastard had done it sooner, so I could have had his chassis. But what can you do? It means that he's got no funds to, buy any of his ganja that he normally brings in. So it's a little bit of a loss for him. But yeah, it'd be good to get someone new in who isn't as good, hopefully, and then we can hopefully finish off the bottom, which we're trying to do this year.
Okay. Again, guys, if you've got any questions in the Twitch chat, then please write them in.
I've got one.
Not you, James, you bard.
I've got one.
So,
why is Cameron a knob?
Because he's a cock.
Why is he winning? That's what I want to know. Why is he winning? He was bloody second bottom last year.
I believe it's
Realism!
I believe the
Fucking
French
realism!
sham.
I think because Joe's agreed something with him, and he's refusing to tell us.
Oh, he's giving him a McLaren chassis, isn't he? I fucking knew it.
Oh.
You bastard.
I think Joe's been bribed by Cameron, and that's why
Joe,
Cameron's doing so
please
well.
tell me you didn't do this.
Not true.
Because there's no way he finished second bottom last year and he's winning. If I'd have known that, I would have moved to the Ferrari engines.
Not
What's a
If I
load of
knew
old
the
shit?
Ferrari engine was going to win 2 races in a row in the first race, I would have stayed with Ferrari, but no. I know, I still would have.
Joke,
Actually,
man.
I still would have broke down. So,
It's just a joke. He finished second bottom.
and he's going to finish somewhere.
And he's going to finish same with Bud Light Lime. They were second bottom. They finished bloody second. It's not fair. Why do I have to be so shit?
I feel like I'm the only one that's confident it won't finish there, but
Why do I have to be the one that finishes 8th? Me! Everyone who's been from the start! And these two little muppets, they can come in and win races, it's not fair! Not having it!
By the way,
Right.
Will, you're not 8th, you're 7th.
Oh, no, great!
not 8th, you're 7th.
Why do I have to be 7th? And this little wannabe is first! It's not fair!
Is
Will's
somebody,
having a breakdown
Like your
live.
realism, man!
is somebody capturing
Well,
this
I'm-
moment live and
Well,
then
it's annoying.
on YouTube later?
Yeah, please take a transcript of this whole conversation, Oliver, and put it on the IF League's fucking rumours thing.
Just gonna, I just feel like what's happening here is now we're just going to find like live pictures tomorrow of Will just like with a hammer battering the rear end of Cameron's car. Fuck the
Mate.
suspension, fuck the rims. He just go wobbling down the straight.
Well,
and
it's
he
not
comes across the line,
fair!
and it's a 3-minute 6.
I know I messed up, right? I know I messed up. I put 2 kids in the car, but genuinely, even when I had Pascal Wehrlein in there, I still finished bloody 8th. What's going on? It was 9th as well, wasn't it? It wasn't even 8th. Fucking joke. Joke. Joke.
James,
Right, there goes my-
James, turn that off. Copyright, please.
There's my breakdown.
I was throwing up Will's emotion.
No, it's fine.
It's-
I'm
It
fine.
is an interesting
Fine.
subject. It is an interesting subject we could discuss about who is the second fastest team, because I don't think we actually know.
I don't want to know because it's flipping 2
Okay,
teams that
it could
shouldn't
be
be
any.
there.
It could be anyone but Will.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just go cry in the corner.
Alright, next question then, coming from this famous Twitch user, the full population of China, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Christ's sake.
I want to know who you are, mate.
Joe, you have to do the voice. So what is question?
Oh,
Well,
right.
his,
Kill.
actually, do you know something? His question is actually related to China.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, go on then.
He asks, we are disappointed that there is no Chinese GP. Is everybody happy with the replacement?
Brought Donington Park.
No, not that one.
Oh.
What is the replacement?
Adelaide.
Adelaide. To full population China. I would
Oh, the casual racism.
not the place with talk change. If I'm person honest,
I sound like that when I'm constipated.
it's a good talk.
Next thing you know, this will be deemed as non-advertiser friendly.
No, I
Do you know
like-
what? That sounds like me when I've had something really hot. When I've had like a curry, and I talk like that. Like a bit hot in my mouth.
I'm answering my question here. Gar, very disrespectful. Give him a pay cut. I like Shanghai as a track. It is Shanghai. And I think it's one that could have actually had some good overtaking with that long straight. We would have seen some good overtaking. I don't really rate Adelaide. I think it's just another one of them boring tracks that just will come and go. I don't reckon he'll be it for 2 seasons. And James mentioned Donington Park is just as bad. It's going to be boring. It's going to offer nothing. I would have preferred Austria because Austria has a bit of history in the series and also has overtaking. But the people spoke and Shanghai into the full population of China.
This is a bit odd for Donington Park, saying that your bum boy Lewis Hamilton said F1 tracks needs to be like Donington Park.
Well, me and Lewis have very differing opinions. I find it boring. Who am I to disrespect the god that is Lewis
I have to say, I'm glad China's not on there now because my car is about as fast as Continental Drift.
You must
And
be
as a
gutted
result-
that Monaco isn't on there.
Oh, mate, we would have had a field day. We would have been pole position by 5 seconds, guaranteed.
John.
But no, I'm glad it's not on there because I don't really like it. And as I said, my car is slow as anything, and as a result, I think the less tracks with massive straights. I'm bricking it when it comes to Italy. I'm absolutely shitting my pants. Oh Christ!
That's
No,
we're
right,
actually-
aren't
We have a chance of finishing last for the first time in our careers at that track. Both of those circuits. I'm bricking it.
In the words of
Bricking.
George Rope, China has a couple of corners and a couple of straights.
Well, it's got more than a couple of corners. It's a nice circuit, but
George.
God's sake.
That was a nod to George Rope, by the way. Well, if you didn't get it.
No, I got the joke, mate. Don't worry, I'm not quick. Don't worry, I'm not stupid. I do get it. Don't worry. God. Don't worry, mate. I can read and I can hear.
All around me, off from left.
Why am I all of a sudden some fucking retard? Since when?
It's now.
When was I suddenly the village idiot?
Can we actually have a question?
Yeah.
I want to hear from Yuri. Yacht.
Well, what's his opinion on Adelaide? He might have something different.
I want to get that. I want to get that noise, that as my ringtone.
Oh dear.
This is Oliver. Please pick up. Here we go.
Well, I don't care about the track changed. Because it happens too often to even notice.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That is fair enough.
Yeah, Joe's bottle job.
Robert.
Adelaide's shit.
It's just a budget Yuri Marta.
That was Robert who swore, Ollie.
I know, that's why I called him a budget Yuri Marta.
Oh,
And Yuri doesn't swear.
Need to get your syllables down.
It's like you calling Martini a budget Etihad team.
They are. He literally copied and pasted my trailer. He copied
I
and
only
pasted
swear in
Twitter.
Finnish.
He literally copy and pasted. Nothing from me.
This whole series.
Because
is a
yours
budget.
was shit, James.
This whole series is a budget GP4 F1 Championship. Hashtag fuck 99.
Can we have a question?
Yeah. Have you got any, Joe? Anything that you want to ask us at all?
If anybody else...
What's everyone's favourite flavour of milkshake? We'll
Why
start
is
with
this a
Will.
question? I'm lactose intolerant. I don't like milkshake.
Oh God, he's such a boring bastard.
Well, no, it's
Give a
either I'll be
little.
boring or I die. What do you prefer?
Take the risk. A&E can be fun.
Oh yeah, I take the risk. Oh look, there's a trifle on the side. Fuck it, eh? Just die in the
If you
sea.
choose to accept it, is to have a breathalyzer that's full of
Here's
truffle.
a question.
Shit
to
a
everyone
brick.
then. Here's a question to
Go on
everyone
then. Go on then. Go on.
We've
Oh,
already
go on.
had 2
Drum roll.
races so far, but out of all the races that we've got on the calendar, which one, in your opinion, is going to be the best race of the season?
Oh god.
The one where I get a 1-2.
The one where I don't
Which
think
won't
last.
happen.
James?
The one where I still won't win a race.
It's the next one.
Yuri?
Oh.
I don't know.
Mwah.
Oliver?
Well, it depends really. Probably the short tracks where there's like no gap between everyone. What was it? So like the sort of tracks where there's like a 8/10 gap between all of them and they're all pretty close. So that's that sort of track. I don't know know which one that'll be. Mexico could be. Austria used to be really good. Obviously, that's not on the calendar. Donington Park could be interesting. The best races are the ones where like 7 or 8 cars from like the top 10 all DNF, and then you get like an AMP winning a race. I mean, if AMP win a race for the first time this season, it might go down. There's great history.
Don't make us dream, please. Don't do that to
Imagine
us.
the scenes.
I will cry live on camera.
Cameron, obviously, who'd just be crying.
I will cry live on camera for you. I will have a moment of pure joy if I was to win some form of race, even if it was non-championship and it was a reverse grid. I would cry. I would physically be sick, probably. No,
Robert?
USA.
Oh fuck.
USA. You said USA.
Where's the USA?
Quota.
Oh, is it Kota? I thought it was Watkins
That could be
Glen.
quite fun.
Quota.
I'm trying to think what my favourite would be. What's a track that I'm more likely not to get overtaken on? Got a lot of straights.
Imola?
Yeah. Yes.
Imola's normally good. Imola's normally a real good one.
No, Imola's good because I got my best ever result there. I always love that circuit. Yeah.
Joe,
Imola.
is there a way, Joe, that we can pick what strategies we go for or not? Is it just
Yes, please, because I'll just go for a one-stopper. It'd be brilliant.
Sadly, it's not possible. It's just
Okay.
not.
Yuri, is it possible? Is he lying?
He's not lying. He's
Oh,
not.
shit.
Yuri, is there a mod?
No.
Oh, find a mod, Joe.
Find a mod.
Find a mod. I want to pick my strategies.
Find a mod that makes the bloody martinis DNF every week.
If I could
please.
find one, I would. So,
I've got a question for Joe in the chat. It says, when can we move to GP4?
really? Let me guess who asked that, Cameron.
No, it was me right now.
Oh, right.
Why
No, because it's usually Cameron that asks that question.
does Cameron give a shit? Cameron can't even spell GP4. Why does he give a toss?
E P E
W.
E F O R GP4.
We can't spell
I
it,
actually
Joe,
don't
so...
I am not asking that question because James will probably jump on that question
Go
straight.
on, what's the question?
It's probably a question related to James, really.
Oh,
Go on,
God.
then.
Ready?
Just do it.
McDonald's or KFC?
Oh, beautiful.
It's KFC.
Yeah, I think KFC, mate. It's got to be. It's just... Oh. It's sex in a bucket, innit? Let's be fair.
Can I just say, what has this got to do with IFMC?
Oh no, we're working out what we're trying to fill time, alright?
What
Chill.
population of China asked that?
Alright, next question I've got. I've never seen this person. I think Oliver knows a few rumours about this fella.
Oh, is it that big dick guy?
OTGX Gaming TW.
Oh yes, I've heard he has a massive
Okay.
wang.
He asks, who is the second quickest class last team on pace alone? To all of you. Oliver?
Oh, mate.
Well, whoever asked that question, you're a very wise, big penis man. The thing is, you automatically say Martini because of the championship position, but they haven't actually been, I don't think, quickest. I think if you base it off Brazil, EMR and Vettel are very quick, and I think Eldorado could. And Suomi, I think, outqualified and were up there as well. So all the Ferrari teams, plus James, are probably there or thereabouts.
Robert?
Sorry, EMR.
You think EMR? Well,
Etihad.
they're
Second,
first.
fuck off.
No, mate, I think they're second. Martini first, you know?
Look.
No, okay, genuinely, I think it's very close between EMR and Eldorado. I think it's very difficult to choose between the two.
But the thing is, even if I'm second, I'm still going to break down before the end of the race.
Yeah, no,
that is how
to be
Martini
honest-
won the race, because cars in front broke down.
To be honest, I have to say, even without Ferrari engines, EMR still struggled to finish. It's brilliant. I don't
Maybe
understand.
the mechanics
I'm
are clapping it up.
cursed.
Yeah, you're cursed because you got a fucking. I think it's not just the engine. It's the.
Like, can you remember first season? GP2, fucking Imola, fucking.
No, it was Argentina.
Can you stop
Oh,
saying the F word, please? It's very
Fish.
distracting.
Fishing.
I mean, I always
reliable
maintain-
end.
I always maintain season 2 was for me was an absolute robbery because you won 4 races, I won none, and finished ahead of you.
I
No, you
won
won
5.
5.
I won 5.
Yeah, there you go. You won 5. It was an absolute robbery. I don't know how I did it.
I should have won more as well.
Yeah, you should have. That was the thing. You should have won a flipping title, but you didn't because you bottled it.
It's the same with GP4 OC. I win the most races, still don't win the title. It's bollocks.
You know what?
Yeah, try competing in 5 seasons, finishing
I'm
3rd or
very
lower every
surprised.
year.
This is the first time that James Willows hasn't won a Joseph Willows League. It's an incredible stat to behold.
Yeah. Well, no, Josh Anderson won the half season of GP4 offline that we did before it was revived. So yeah, weren't just James.
Hashtag pray for Cosmos Racing.
Oh, can I get one of those nice little Oscar engines? Because I think that'd be handy. That'd be
It was called
handy.
Comet, wasn't it? It was called a Comet engine.
Oh, those were the days.
That
Can I get
already,
one?
that already sparked, just before IFMC began, that already sparked controversy.
It was a weird situation where I think everyone felt a bit peed off that. But it's all in the past.
Yeah.
I just want an engine that can win, please.
Do you want to borrow do you want to borrow last year's BMW? Will it might give you a better.
Can I
chance.
borrow this year's for one race?
If I've won the championship, yes.
Oh yeah, you heard that, Joe, live on camera, right? Okay, sweet.
Once I've won the championship,
just one
you can
race.
have one. End of
I just
season
want-
test.
I just want one win. That's all I want, and I can leave. I'll retire if you want me to. I'll just go. I just want one win. That's all I want.
How did Cameron get the Ferrari engine before someone like Will?
Because I told him about it like a fucking idiot, didn't I?
Did you really?
Yes, I told him.
Oh my word, you spanner.
I know. I should have had it, but I was so committed to the Audi project. I thought, I'm going to stay. What a fuckface I am.
Yeah, you really are. I mean,
know.
Ferrari have genuine pace. Who would have thought that doesn't happen in real life?
Can I have Mercedes? Can I have the Mercedes from the Monster? Ooh.
There's a spare Mercedes going anyway. You can have.
Right, we're ready, boys. We're sorted.
Whoa! Sorry, whoa! Joe! I've got to take Will to court. He just said we are ready, boys. That is clearly copyrighted. You know the rules.
Okay, we are yellow.
Anyway, apart from this being a joke along, I think it's been about 40 minutes. This
has been more of a podcast, hasn't it, than a actual podcast?
I think if you look at it in a way, Will, I think these press conferences are pretty much a byword for podcast. If you look at it.
Oh, mate, but they're so funny. I've never laughed more at a podcast, other than when. Well, actually, no. There are two events. Matt being on the toilet was one. Which was the funniest thing, and then the other one was was it the French Grand Prix? James asked, "What do you prefer?" Alpecin or something.
I thought one of them was me whispering this. Don't break the fourth wall.
No, my favourite IFMC memory will forever be. Well, after the podium and after the table, Joe was going to get the live standings, forgot to mute his mic, started singing live, and then interviewing himself.
If anybody watches this on YouTube, it's some unseen footage. I haven't got the footage anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, I bet
you know how
he
Twitch
frantically
works.
deleted that.
You only have 14 days to recover it, and I didn't grab it.
It was the greatest. I want to get away. Yeah. Joe started interviewing himself with like a French accent. You say, it was a good race, I put in the good effort. I think the team made a good effort. We put the team have been.
Me doing that isn't as bad as what that idiot did. There was an idiot on who was, I can't remember his name, where he was caught actually wanking.
Oh yeah, there was that guy, wasn't there, who said that Mickey Motion's cut the cheese this time.
No.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
You cut the cheese.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
You pissed us off.
But anyway, yes. Let's get to
the final question then. What is this question? What is everybody's expectations by the end of the weekend? I might as well just get like a little banner that says it now because I keep saying it. James.
I want to win. I got 1-2, but that's not going to happen, is it?
Yuri?
Well, we are starting last anyway, so probably nothing.
Well,
beat Martini.
Oliver?
Oh no, sorry, that was last year, wasn't it? My apologies. Score points. There we go.
Not finished last. If a win, get back to winning ways, but then start to get back in the championship a bit more. I'm pretty confident, but this is where our season starts from this point.
And Robert?
We have two targets: top 5 and to not run out of fuel on the last lap.
And with that, that is the end of the press conference. Thank you to James, Yuri, Will, Oliver, and Robert. And that is it for this live stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 PM BST for the qualifying session to determine the grid for the Bahrain Grand Prix, along with the feature race for GP2 at 2 PM. But until then, take care.